Yo, what's up YouTube, and welcome back to my survival series, which I haven't been on in quite some time. And as you're probably watching right about now, I built a gas farm. So I wanted to knock that out early because if most of you remember, we've been building this floating base. Probably no one remembers. I feel like I've gotten all my new subscribers since then. But we finished our modded, so we're playing survival now. And we have a floating base. Alright, we should be back by now. We have a floating base, which I will use my free cam. We have this. And this was being built well before we had any of the mud or leaves or mangrove or any of this. So this was being made way before any of that. This is how we had the scaffolding set up. And all of this being built up from way back when. Now, since I have, or since we can add mud and mangrove and all of that, we will. I think I have some of it. Do I have any of it on me? It might be all down there. Or it could be, is it in here? No. So, we have roots and mangrove and mud that we're going to add to our build. But instead of using the scaffolding, the reason we built the gas farm was to make one of these guys, a dried ghast. I'm gonna plop him right here in the water. He's gonna stay hydrated. He will eventually be a-okay. I do want to make some purple wood. How do I make purple? Alright, we're gonna go to our farm before he grows up because I want a purple saddle. We'll go make that. I need some lapis too. Do I have any? I have some over here. We're still split. I want to finish the texturing on the base on the side here. That's probably not gonna happen in any way, shape, or form in this episode. I only have a couple of days and I need this episode to go out. Trying to stay consistent for you guys. Trying to be every other week right now. See how that goes. It has been a tough road to do that though. But we're going to try. Oh look, I had some cornflowers. That's all scaffolding. Yeah, I'm gonna try to post every 2 weeks. We'll see how that goes. Just trying to keep building the subscriber base going from there. So far everybody's been fantastic, but that's our goal going right now. We're almost to 50 subscribers. Would like to hit that. The watch time and views have been amazing, so thank you for everybody who's been watching, and I hope y'all keep watching even though I'm not playing modded right now. If you do have a modded suggestion, throw it in the comments. Would love to hear it. I do enjoy playing modded quite a bit. But I'm gonna go get this poppy and then we'll be back and create a saddle. Alright, so we have our purple harness. So whenever this little guy grows up all the way, we're gonna have our little harness. I probably need to make sure I have a lead as well. I think I have some. I know I have some down at the other place. So I'm really hoping I'd have one right here. Anyway, we're gonna have to harness him, make sure we put a lead on him so he doesn't just keep floating around everywhere randomly. Let me actually find, where's my snowballs? Let's put some of these in our inventory just in case. Because he will roam away. And then we're going to work on our base a little bit. And then from there, I honestly am unsure. We could start working on a storage system, which would probably be smart. Because I need some. I was thinking of making a hoglin farm, but I think that might wait until next episode. Really kind of just want to work on this base. Maybe I'll try to crank it out, all of it. And that'll be the episode, like talking about my thoughts and the designs and everything. And going from there. But we shall see. I love free cam. Do like how it's coming along though. I like how we have it different textures here, going down through the gradients, slowly but surely. Kind of used a lot of cobblestone, but we're gonna come in and have more mud, more roots as we keep going deeper. As we get here towards the end though, I do want less and less to happen. And here I want like a bunch of walls and strings and roots and all kind of crazy things coming out. I've toyed with the idea of like emptying out all of this, but that seems crazy. So I probably won't do it. Is that light from those pickles? I think that's just a little too much for the sea right now. I would like to work on a staircase up here some kind of way. Whether by flying machine or what. That would be cool. My guy. I didn't know I had this cape. I don't even know what it is. I have a cape. We gotta work on it. I want to build like a very small city or castle here. Something like that. My attempt at an aquarium failed miserably. But we want to like a semicircle of these. Each one slightly lower than the other one, like right here. And just kind of working our way down like that. I think that'd be cool. That was at least the original idea. We'll see where we're going to go with it. I might change my mind. But yeah, that's what we're doing so far this episode. So the next thing that you probably will see is a mini time lapse of me getting that guy fixed and ready to go. And then us working on our base. So yeah, well, now I'll be waiting for him now. Alright, our little happy Ghast is growing up. I don't know if I can put this on him yet. Not yet, I got him tied up. Got a little thing right here. I figured he could float out that way. Might have been a bad idea. But yeah, so we're gonna get him going. And then we're going to, where are my more muddy roots? So I'm gonna use a lot of muddy roots. Some of these roots as well, waterlog them. Where's my guy? Oh, okay, there's my little guy. As well, actually, let's sleep. I want it to be bright. So here's my thoughts, at least. If you're a geologist or you know about dirt and plots and stuff, you can definitely let me know if I'm wrong. But I'm going to transition the dirt. I'm going to have the dirt transition into mud and muddy roots a little bit more. And then as we get down here, I'm going to start having more just regular roots, muddy roots, starting to transition into the stone, the mossy cobblestone. I'm going to leave some of the mossy cobblestone and the vines that I have currently going. I do like that look right now. And we're going to be using that going forward. And then as we keep getting down here, we'll go more to the stone and kind of leave what the current texture has. Add a little bit more grass and walls, things like that into it. Oh, that looked cool when I ran through here. But that's what we're going to do. Very similar to the texture we're doing here with the stairs and the walls and the half slabs. Start doing that down here with just that. We also need to find a way to light it up some kind of way. So I need to start finding ways to hide little, well, not little, but lights in here some kind of way. So if anyone has good ideas of that, please let me know down in the comments. I don't have any good ideas to do that. We were thinking about lichen. I think that's what we used here, is mostly lichen, which does work, but that requires a insane amount of lichen. It's not the brightest. I definitely want it to be a little brighter as we're going forward. But that's the thought process. Just start having dirt, mud, a little bit of cobblestone, transitioning more into just more stone and roots, things like that. That's the plan. Did he get big yet? Did it tell me what stage he's at? I don't think so. Do we have anything else that would be of use? Not really, I don't think. Oh yeah, getting towards the bottom though. I'm gonna waterlog some of these roots, especially near, like, I'm gonna have more than one source, I think. of water pouring out here. And just to make it look cool, I just wanted that center source to be there to give us some up and down. I might even make like a few more small pillars here, just randomly, to kind of compare with this one and go from there. Now in here, this is where we're going to put up storage system, super smelter, things like that. It's a ton of space. The reason we actually have a flat thing is just, this is where the storage system probably will actually be. All the other cool knick-knack things are going to be built up into it. At least that's the current thought. We may end up changing it and building something up here that houses our storage system. And this just be like farms and redstone and super smelters and things like that. But that's the plan going forward. And once this guy grows up, I'm going to just hop into a time lapse, get some of this done. As I keep thinking and changing my mind on things, I'll let you know. Hopefully I do find some kind of light source solution. I really don't know. I think we could do in-rods, but I don't think that'll fit the build. All the other lights just won't fit in its place, I don't think. Little guy's just floating around. But yeah, if you got any good ideas for lighting, please let me know. We'll figure it out. Maybe it'll be frog lights might be an option. They might fit in. Probably not. Other than that, it's going to be lichen. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll wait for this guy to grow up and then we'll start building things. Alright guys, we've cleared out all the stone, cobblestone. I forgot, what is this? Granite, diorite? What no, it's not diorite, it's granite. What is this? Andesite. On all the andesite, all the mossy cobblestone, everything. Not all the mossy cobblestone, some of it. I wanted to have just dirt, moss, and mud roots really, being this first layer here. I want some mossy cobblestone bleeding in, and I wanted to slowly transition. I may even cut back some more here. We may even just go... Oh yeah, I do have my happy gas as well. We may even cut deeper into here and make it just mud and roots, but I do want it to start transitioning somewhere in this area here, from this dirt and moss into the stones. I figured roots would be the closest to the surface, and then as we get down, you'll have less and less roots and just more and more stone. And we will like use glow lichen for the most part to like brighten up some of the stuff. Like it's super dark, slap some glow lichen on it, and wham, it's a little brighter. And that's what we're gonna go for. So I'm gonna hop in a time lapse. Hey, we are not covering this whole thing, I don't think, in this episode. We'll get a decent chunk of it done, and we'll keep working on it. And every now and then we'll pop in, we'll talk about what I'm thinking, kind of creative process, I guess, is what you would call it. But hopefully y'all find this stuff entertaining. I really haven't done a slow build like this. My last one was my villager trading hall and the Prominence 2 stuff. So we're working in, I know it's not as fun as that since it's just a huge piece of stone and dirt, but it's gonna slowly build out. We're gonna, I don't know actually, should we semicircle towards the waterfall or away from the waterfall? I want to create a semicircle of islands that slowly lower to the water, and like, I don't know if I'm gonna connect them or make them transversable. Like, I haven't thought it all the way through, but that's the thought right now. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pop into a time lapse and get started on this, and we see how it'll go. Or maybe I'll just cut to me having most of this done and talking about it, but we'll see how it goes. guys, as you saw, we put a bunch of holes into our surface here to get this gradient going. It's not that great. Probably need to work on it a little bit more. As you can see, we just added some moss. When I was creating the sides, I thought about adding some more in here. I need to do it on the edges as well. Although I have quite a bit of moss going on. I do like the way it looks. We do need to fill in the rest of this. And probably, I guess, make it not quite as patchy. We'll see. It's not too bad right now. See if I want to change it some more. But here, you might have saw in the time lapse, I took out all these stone. So anything stone related came out. And that's because I was thinking, alright, so we got mostly dirt, roots, mud, some like, I guess some little extra grass. And as we go in here into these two layers, I'm going to add the more mud and roots, and mossy cobblestone. So I'm going to knock out a lot of this stuff, unfortunately, and make some more work for myself. But we're going to just slowly break this down into more mossy cobblestone. Maybe start throwing in maybe some andesite or regular cobblestone. Actually, probably just go cobblestone, honestly. Maybe we'll do different textures. We'll see. And then from about here to, let's say here, it's just going to be all the stones. Maybe a mossy cobblestone every now and then. Start going down into it. And then when we get down into these final layers, I think I'm going to start adding in some deep slate, cobbled deep slate, things like that. And keep working into it. Maybe even some just regular stone, which I already have some in there. But just starting to add more stone-like stuff and things that look harder and more compact and darker in color as we're coming down. And just go into deep slate, kind of mimicking what you have like underground here. Is we have all of that deep slate as you get lower into the ground, you know. Oh look, I didn't know you had all of this. But as you get down here, you start going into deep slate. You know, all this cobbled deep slate here. And just keep going lower and lower. Redstone into this lava, yeah. And just thinking of that layer coming down and working it similar to what we have here is the thought process, at least. So that's what we're going to do as we're going through it. Getting this darker, more deep slate, maybe even throw in some blackstone. That's the thought process, but we clearly need a ton more moss. So we're going to get started on building a moss farm. Now, I should have all that we need up here. Or do I already have it? Yeah, I already have it. So we got everything we need in this box to build us a moss farm. So we're gonna go build that. I haven't actually thought about where we're gonna go build it at. Definitely don't want it here. I may go put it back where all of our farms. Might as well go do that. So we're gonna go build this in all of our farms, and we'll get that running. We'll finish adding the moss to our layer over here, and that might be it for this episode. We'll see where we're at on that. But yeah, that's the plan so far. I know this is probably not like a lot that's going on in this episode, but that's the thought process. Maybe what I'll do at the end is get like a whole section all the way down to the center done, just to give you an idea of the gradient I'm trying to build with it. And just show you what's in my head, at least, in my thought process, and hopefully it comes out looking like I want, and we'll have at least a section and give me a good rough estimate of how much material I actually need to finish this layer. And then after that, we'll actually start building something on top of here and getting a storage system and smelter, super smelter, because we got this going on right now, but I need to do more for it. So that's the plan here. So yep, let's go build this moss farm. Alright guys, we are here at our moss farm, which I don't know if it's working. What's going on? Did me locking out right here mess it up? Maybe things were getting pushed past it too fast? I don't know. But we do have... That's not what I wanted. We do have like almost a shulker box full, which is good. It's working well. And it's doing fine. It's pretty quick. But we have all the moss we need. Do need to eventually connect all of this up to our actual storage system. I don't even think I have the filter set yet. I think I just manually moved all of this. Yeah, I think that's what happened. I don't think any of the filters are set. So eventually need to actually set the filters, get that and everything connected to this. This is probably a bad place to be. Get it all set up. That way we can just go to our storage system and have everything going there. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I don't have any of the... Yeah, I don't have any of the item filters set up. So that's something we'll have to do. I don't even remember how to do it. And we also need to finish building the boat. I haven't done that. So many projects that I left for so long that we'll eventually get to. And as we're doing projects, I'm going to finish working on the gradient on the base. That'll be our goal right now. So some slower progression, unfortunately. So hopefully y'all still enjoy the content, but it'll be a little slower. I do want to make a hoglin farm. Or I guess a piglin bartering farm. So that might be on the next episode. We'll see. I kind of also want to get resources together. We'll see how that goes. But I'm going to go finish up our base real quick. And then we'll be back. Alright, we have all the holes filled in. Gradient is there. I'm happy with it. We also did some more on here. I didn't go all the way down. I went, well, like 25% of the way down. But this is, you can see where I went all the way kind of right here. I need to probably do some more work right here. But this is what I'm thinking. Got the grass, the moss, a little bit of mud. I'm going to probably add a little bit more vegetation here. Put some glow lichen and then add more of these vines, even if they're small vines. Maybe some roots hanging down from like right here. I just want to add a little bit more texture to it. Then as you get below it, you can see I've already added like, well, this was already there, but already added a lot more texture to it with the walls and the half slabs. But we're transitioning more from this mud to a little bit of mossy cobblestone to more mud. I want it to be a lot more mud here. So I'm gonna have to probably knock some of these down. I want it to be a little bit more mud. Actually, is there such a... There's packed mud too, I think, right? Might have to look into packed mud. I don't know how well it'll fit. Packed mud might go better up here and mix in with the dirt a little more. We'll see. I may just leave it. I'm already getting tired of changing blocks in and out. And it's already just taking so much time. Like, just doing this a little 3-block space all the way around took an hour and a half. Takes a lot of time. So I'm going to knock some more of these walls out. And I want it to be less stony here. More little mud with more mossy cobblestone transitioning into some andesite and cobblestone. And then as we go down lower, less mud, maybe a random dirt block, and then start getting to more stone here. And then as we get here, a lot more stone. And then in this section, start adding in some deep slate, add more, mostly deep slate. And I think that's where we'll end it at. This I might leave as is. I do like how it's falling and stuff. Might add some more texture to that, or we may just leave it all stone, because then if I do deep slate, I'll have to like knock all of this out, which is a lot of work, although I could do it from inside, so I guess it's not terrible. But that's the gradient we're thinking about. I mean, this already looks a million times better than this to me. So I just need to add a little bit more here, I think. And then knock out some of these walls. There's just a little too much walls, a little too much going on. Because it breaks up. You see some mud and then it's just like wall. So, working there. And as we keep doing other projects, I'll slowly work on this and just give y'all updates on it. Because this is going to take a long time to finish this whole area. But next episode, we're either going to work on a storage system here and trying to get like a building up. I haven't decided if I want my storage system to be below ground or if I want to put it in a house up here. This was my makeshift aquarium tank. Got some moss in there. Because I would like to have like a small village up here. And the village could house my storage system. Which would probably be smart. Rather than having to go down the water column and back up. Let's see, I'll think about it a little bit more. Where did I put that stuff? Probably over here. But that is the plan going forward. I do want to make a bartering farm. There it is. Stone. So I gotta think a little bit more about what we're gonna do next episode. But that is it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a long return from our survival Minecraft series. This has been like years almost. But I hope you enjoyed it. I'm hoping Prominence 2 gets some updates so we can go back to it. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. If y'all did, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. If you hated it, just give me some recommendations for some modded Minecraft, because I do enjoy that a lot. But I'm going to try to keep this survival series going for a little bit and finish some of these projects that I had started. Like the boat in our industrial area, connecting farms to that storage system, actually getting that working properly. None of that's done, which is crazy. So... yeah, a lot of things to do, just got to figure out how we want to do them and when. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and as always, have a good one.